Chosen one, have you ever felt a profound shift within your soul? A moment when everything seemed to crumble, only to reveal a hidden strength that you never knew existed. Today, you stand on the edge of a miraculous transformation, a revelation that mirrors the resurrection of Christ himself. The old you, bound by fear, doubt, and limitation, has been left behind like a discarded shell. For 3 days your spirit wrestled with the shadows, breaking free from the chains of the past. Now, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, you have emerged stronger, wiser, and ready to fulfill the purpose for which you were created. This is not just a story, it's your reality. Just as Lazarus was called forth after 4 days in the tomb, the voice of the divine has called you out of the darkness. Can you feel it? The power within you, quietly growing stronger every day, is not ordinary. It is the same power that resurrected Christ on the 3rd day, fulfilling the promise of a new covenant. This transformation is no coincidence. It is a divine orchestration, designed to awaken you to the fullness of your destiny. Before we dive deeper, let's take a moment to honor the incredible community that makes this journey possible. To all who have supported this channel, thank you for your unwavering faith, your heartfelt encouragement, and your generosity through super thanks. Your contributions allow this message of hope and empowerment to reach those who need it most. If this message resonates with you, let your voice be heard. Declare your awakening by writing 999 in the comments below, a sign of your readiness to embrace this divine transformation and walk boldly in your calling. But this is just the beginning. What does this rebirth truly mean for you? How does it prepare you for the challenges and victories that lie ahead? The answers are waiting, woven into the fabric of your resurrection. Together we will uncover the truths that will empower you to step into your divine mission with courage and conviction. So, chosen one, take a deep breath. This is your moment. The resurrection was not the end of the story. It was the beginning of a miraculous journey. What will you do with this second chance? Will you rise and claim the life you were destined to live? Join me now as we explore the incredible power of your rebirth and the divine purpose that has been placed upon your life. Let's step boldly into this new chapter. It's time to rise. God's chosen ones, you've been dead for 3 days, but now it's time to rise. Chosen one, do you feel it? The weight of a conflict that seems to follow you everywhere, even when no one else can see it. This struggle is not an accident. It is not random. It is a direct result of the immense light you carry within your soul. Your trials, the unexpected setbacks, the heartaches, and the moments of despair are not mere misfortune. They are reflections of a deeper hidden battle taking place on a spiritual plane. Have you wondered why your life feels so different from those around you? Why your path seems to demand more resilience, more courage, and more faith? The truth is this: your light disrupts the balance of darkness. The powers that seek to suppress you are not attacking you because you are weak. They attack because you are strong. These struggles are not designed to break you, but to reveal the greatness within you. The Apostle Paul captured this reality when he wrote in Ephesians 6:12, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." Have you ever paused to consider why these forces target you specifically? Out of all the people in the world, why you? What do they see in you that makes you a threat to their dominion? The answer lies in the light you carry, the divine spark placed within you that cannot be extinguished. Each trial you face is like a veil being lifted, revealing more of your true strength and purpose. This invisible war, waged across the depths of the universe, has drawn you to the center of a divine order. Your mission is not ordinary, it is cosmic in its significance. Like a lighthouse piercing through the darkest fog, the light within you acts as a beacon, threatening to expose the shadows. Just as waves crash relentlessly against the current, the forces of darkness collide with you, because your very presence challenges the order they have established. But if they are this relentless in their attacks, what does that say about your power? Consider the great stories of history, mythology, and scripture. When David stood before Goliath, he was not armed with the strength of a soldier, but with the light of faith and purpose. 1 Samuel 17. Do you think he felt small in that moment? Perhaps. But the greatness within him, the divine anointing he carried, was undeniable. Similarly, Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and imprisoned for crimes he did not commit. Was this a series of misfortunes, or was it the refining fire that prepared him for his destiny? His trials were not the end. They were the foundation of a greater purpose, leading him to save nations. Genesis 37-50. And then there's Esther, a woman thrust into a position of unimaginable responsibility. Do you think she doubted her ability to face the darkness closing in on her people? Yet through her courage, she became a vessel of divine deliverance, saving her nation from destruction. These figures, David, Joseph, Esther, were not chosen because their lives were easy or because they were ordinary. They were chosen because the light they carried was meant to change the world. Now, think about your own life. Have you ever wondered why the struggles seem so personal, so tailored to your deepest fears? What if those struggles are not designed to crush you, but to refine you? Each challenge you face is a hammer, striking against the anvil of your soul, shaping you into the warrior you are meant to become. Like the heroes of Scripture, your trials are part of a larger story, a story that is far from over. Do you see the pattern now? The battles you face are not punishments, they are confirmations. They confirm that you carry a light so radiant, so powerful, that it shakes the very foundations of the darkness. What is it within you that terrifies the shadows? Why are they so desperate to keep you from rising? You are not here by accident, chosen one. The struggles, the setbacks, the pain, they are all preparing you for something greater. You are part of a divine plan, a cosmic order that requires your unique light. Remember, the heroes of the past were not free from struggle. On the contrary, their struggles were the crucible that transformed them into legends. Now, take a moment to reflect. If the darkness fears you this much, what might the light within you be capable of achieving? And most importantly, are you ready to embrace the full power of who you are and what you were chosen to do? Chosen one, no matter how powerful the shadows may appear, they cannot overpower the forces of light that surround you. Have you noticed it? In your darkest moments, when it feels as though all hope is lost, something unexpected intervenes. Sometimes it is a miraculous recovery from what seemed like certain disaster. Other times it is a spark of inspiration that lights up your mind, guiding you out of confusion. And then there are those moments of profound peace, peace that fills your heart in the midst of chaos, when all logic would tell you to despair. These are not coincidences. They are the silent yet undeniable interventions of the divine. The universe itself moves on your behalf, shaping events, opening paths, and removing obstacles. Think about it. Why do these moments always seem to arrive just when you need them most? Could it be that your life, far from being a random series of events, is part of a far greater design? A story written by hands unseen? The Bible reminds us of this protective circle in Psalm 91:11, which says, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. This divine order is always at work, surrounding you like an impenetrable shield. The forces of heaven recognize the light within you, and they act in ways you may not always see or understand. Each intervention is a testament to the truth that your existence is no accident. You are part of a great story, and every moment of support, no matter how subtle, is evidence of this truth. Now, pause for a moment and consider, how often do the challenges you face shine a spotlight on the brilliance of the light within you? Each trial you overcome serves as a reminder that this light cannot be extinguished, no matter how fierce the darkness may be. The resistance you encounter is proof of your significance. After all, why would the shadows fight so hard against you if your light did not matter? Remember, you're not merely a participant in this story. You are the hero. Like Moses, who stood before the Red Sea with the impossible task of leading his people to safety, Exodus 14, you may feel the weight of the unknown pressing against you. But when the sea seemed like an impenetrable barrier, God made a way, parting the waters and showing his divine power. What barriers in your life are waiting to be parted? In your most difficult moments, have you ever noticed a strength rising within you? A power that defies explanation. This is not mere willpower or resilience. It is a divine gift. It is the same strength that carried Elijah as he fled into the wilderness, feeling utterly defeated, only to be sustained by heavenly provision. 1 Kings 19:3-8. It is the same energy that renewed Paul in his trials, even as he faced persecution and imprisonment. 2 Corinthians 12:9. This inexplicable endurance, this surge of power at the brink of exhaustion, is a gift that transcends human limits. It is a tangible sign of divine support, a reminder that you are never truly alone in your struggles. Have you ever felt it? A whisper of encouragement, an unseen hand steadying you just as you felt you might fall. This is the hand of God, lifting you when your strength is not enough. Chosen one, every moment of divine intervention is a reminder of who you are and why you were chosen. The light within you carries the power to overcome every darkness. The challenges you face are not there to defeat you, but to reveal the strength and purpose that God has placed in you. So, reflect for a moment. What has kept you standing when you thought you would fall? What unseen force has carried you forward, even when you felt you had no more to give? Could it be that these moments are a glimpse of the greater plan that your life is meant to fulfill? Chosen one, the path you are traveling is not just for you. It serves a purpose far greater than your individual journey. The power within you, the quiet strength that refuses to waver even in the face of adversity, is not merely divine intervention. It is a constant reminder of the immense value of your purpose. The intricate events that unfold in your life, often appearing as random chance, are no coincidence. Have you ever noticed how, when one path closes, another quietly opens? Perhaps at times you feel a shift in direction that seems almost unexplainable. Could it be that these moments are God's way of redirecting you towards something greater? Remember the promise in Revelation 3:8. I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. Do you see these doors in your own life? A stranger's words, seemingly casual, might carry the wisdom you desperately need. Or perhaps an opportunity you hadn't anticipated emerges in the midst of your greatest challenge. Have you ever stopped to wonder why these moments come at just the right time? Consider the story of Elijah in 1 Kings 17:7-16. When the brook he relied on for water dried up, it must have seemed like the end of the road. But God directed him to a widow in Zarephath who, despite her own desperation, provided for him. Could it be that the closed doors you've faced are only paving the way for a new and better provision? What if your perceived setbacks are, in fact, God's preparations? These moments are not accidents. They are deliberate threads in the vast and complex tapestry of your life. For some, the significance of these moments only becomes clear long after they have passed. But for you, chosen one, this realization is your guide. Each person you meet, each small act of kindness exchanged along the way, is placed in your life as part of a grander design. The story of Ruth beautifully illustrates this truth. Do you remember her loyalty to Naomi? That one decision to stay with Naomi led her to the fields of Boaz and ultimately placed her in the lineage of Christ. Ruth 1-12. Could the small choices you make today be laying the foundation for a future far greater than you can imagine? Every movement you make, every decision, every thought is part of a pattern interwoven with profound meaning. Those quiet whispers from the depths of your heart, often defying logic and reason, are not mere coincidences. Do you hear them? Those subtle nudges that urge you forward even when it doesn't seem to make sense. These are not random impulses. They are the deliberate whispers of an unseen hand, guiding you toward your purpose. Could the whispers in your own heart be just as sacred, urging you to act in ways that align with your divine calling? Remember young Samuel, who first heard God's voice as a quiet call in the night, 1 Samuel 3:1-10. At first, he didn't understand, but as he listened, he realized it was the Lord calling him to a great mission. The Bible reassures us of this guidance in Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. This divine compass is what aligns your steps with God's greater plan. Think of Paul, whose plans to travel were redirected by a vision calling him to Macedonia, Acts 16:6-10. His obedience led to the gospel reaching new regions and transforming lives. Chosen one, your life is not a string of random events. It is a story carefully authored by the Creator, where every chapter has meaning and every encounter plays a role. Like Esther, who rose to the challenge of saving her people despite the risks, you, too, were placed in your position for a reason. Esther 4:14. Have you considered that your unique challenges and opportunities are no accident? Trust in the quiet whispers, follow the subtle nudges, and embrace the opportunities that appear along the way. They are not merely signs of divine intervention. They are reminders of who you are and the light you were chosen to carry. Chosen one, have you ever felt it? The subtle signs that seem to guide your life. The moments when coincidences feel too perfect to be chance. These signs are far more than random occurrences. They are evidence of something profound at work in your life. Every difficulty you face, every obstacle that rises against you, carries within it a silent reminder. You are not alone. The inexplicable peace that washes over you during chaos. The unexpected support that arrives just when you need it, or the solution that emerges from the darkness. These are not accidents. They are the silent song of the Creator, assuring you of his presence and power. Do you recall the story of Daniel in the lion's den, Daniel 6:16-23? His enemies plotted against him, believing they had sealed his fate. Yet, when Daniel was cast into the den, God sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions. The peace Daniel must have felt in that moment, surrounded by what should have been certain destruction, is the same peace that surrounds you when God intervenes on your behalf. Do you see how even your greatest threats are no match for the divine protection enveloping you? These moments of peace and unexpected victory are tangible proof that a greater battle is being fought and won for you. Even when the threats you face seem beyond your strength, you are surrounded by protection and guided toward victory. In Psalm 91:7 it is written, 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. This promise is not merely poetic, it is a truth that sustains you through the fiercest storms. How often have you witnessed this protection in your own life, even when the odds seemed impossible? The underlying principle of the universe is justice, a divine order where truth always prevails. Every attempt to undermine your efforts or extinguish your light carries within it the seeds of its own failure. The forces that oppose you may appear powerful, their plans seemingly unshakable. But do not be deceived. Just as the walls of Jericho fell after the faithful marched around them, Joshua 6:1-20. The opposition you face will crumble under the weight of divine truth. The plans of darkness are no match for the light you carry, and every effort to resist the truth will ultimately lead to its own destruction. Consider the story of Haman in the book of Esther. He plotted to destroy the Jewish people, constructing gallows for Mordecai, believing his schemes would succeed. Yet, the very gallows he built for his enemy became the instrument of his downfall. Esther 7:9-10. This is the nature of divine justice. Those who plot against the chosen will ultimately face the consequences of their own actions. Do you see the parallels in your own life? Have you noticed how those who work against you often find their plans unraveling in the end? Chosen one, the forces that confront you may seem invincible, but their power is an illusion. The order of the universe established by the Creator ensures that truth and light will always triumph. Every difficulty you face is not a defeat, but a declaration that you are protected, supported, and part of a greater plan. The battle may rage around you, but victory is already assured. So, when challenges arise, remember the protection surrounding you and the greater justice working in your favor. Reflect on the battles you have faced and the unexpected ways you've been delivered. Do these not remind you that you're never alone? Trust in the truth, for it will always prevail. And know that every step of your journey is aligned with a divine order that cannot fail. Chosen one, have you noticed how history often repeats itself, teaching us the unchanging truths of the universe? Whether through the lessons of ancient stories or your own life experiences, one thing remains clear. The divine laws that govern existence do not change. Structures and individuals who believe themselves to be untouchable eventually crumble when they challenge this divine balance. Consider the story of Pharaoh in Exodus. Despite his apparent power and defiance of God's commands, his empire was brought low by his refusal to align with truth. Exodus 7-14. Does this not reveal that those who oppose truth are ultimately their own undoing? In your own life, those who try to hinder or harm you are not standing on solid ground. Their missteps reveal their own weaknesses, for the foundation of deception cannot hold. The truth, on the other hand, is unshakable, like the roots of a mountain that no storm can move. Psalm 125:1 reminds us, "Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken but endures forever." Darkness may dazzle for a moment, but it can never outshine the eternal light of truth. Have you seen this in your own life? How often have obstacles that seemed insurmountable dissolved before the unyielding power of truth? As you move forward, the divine potential within you equips you to overcome every obstacle, no matter how daunting the challenges may seem. You are not merely living a life, you are fulfilling a divine plan, one so perfectly structured that no external force can disrupt it. Think of Joseph, whose journey from betrayal and slavery to becoming the ruler of Egypt was a testament to God's unchanging purpose. Genesis 37-50. Despite the chaos around him, every challenge served to align him more closely with his destiny. Could it be that the difficulties you face are similarly refining you for a greater role in this divine plan? True power comes from being in harmony with truth. It is like a light that pierces through even the most intricate darkness. Evil may conspire to create chaos, but a soul aligned with truth possesses the strength to subvert those plans. Proverbs 4:18 tells us, "The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day." Your connection to the divine is this path, an unbroken source of strength that carries you forward even in moments of doubt. This bond makes the defeat of your adversaries inevitable, because their foundations are built on falsehood, which cannot endure. Divine justice is never silent or idle. It is a constant, purposeful force that acts at the perfect time. Every power that rises against you will eventually collapse under the weight of its own injustice. Even when the threats you face appear strong, their foundation is fragile, for the immutable laws of the universe cannot be defied for long. Reflect on the story of Haman in the book of Esther. His schemes to destroy Mordecai and the Jewish people led to his own downfall. Esther 7:9-10. Does this not demonstrate the certainty of divine justice? The forces against you, no matter how determined they seem, are destined to fall. War is not merely a struggle imposed upon you. It is part of a predetermined victory. You are not just fighting battles. You are participating in a victory that was determined from the very beginning. Romans 8:37 reassures us, "In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us." Every challenge you face is an opportunity to refine you, strengthening your spirit and deepening your harmony with your mission. These trials aren't merely tests, they are doorways to greater tasks, preparing you for roles that require an even stronger version of yourself. Picture a lighthouse standing firm in the midst of a raging storm. The waves crash against it, the winds howl, but its light remains unshaken, guiding lost ships to safety. Faith is that light in the chaos of life. Fear, like the waves, tries to engulf you and make you lose your way. But where does the lighthouse draw its strength? From its solid foundation, built to withstand even the fiercest storms. In the same way, faith is your foundation, a source of unshakable strength that breaks the chains of fear and connects you to the truth of who you are. Have you considered how faith has acted as your anchor in moments of uncertainty? How often has your trust in the divine illuminated a path where none seemed to exist? The storms of life may rage around you, but like the lighthouse, your foundation ensures that your light will never be extinguished. As you continue on this journey, remember that every challenge strengthens your foundation. Every obstacle reveals the resilience of your spirit, and every moment of faith brings you closer to the fulfillment of your divine mission. Chosen one, have you felt the creeping whispers of fear trying to take root in your mind? Fear is one of the most powerful tools used to hold you back. It tells you that you are not enough, that you are too weak, too late, too lost. But I tell you, fear is nothing more than an illusion. It is a shadow, and shadows have no substance. When light appears, shadows vanish. That is why faith is the antidote to fear. Faith is the light that dissolves the darkness, the anchor that holds you steady in the chaos of life. Imagine standing on the summit of an unshakable mountain. From there, you can see beyond the storms raging below, beyond the chaos swirling around you. Faith places you on that summit, offering a perspective that fear can never reach. It is not just a fleeting feeling of hope. It is a bridge, a divine connection that binds your soul to a true and limitless source of strength. As Jesus said in Matthew 17:20, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Have you ever felt this kind of faith stirring within you, even in your darkest moments? Faith enables you to transcend the natural limits of fear, exhaustion, and doubt. It works in harmony not only with your mind, but with a greater divine power. Life will test you. Storms will push against you and try to knock you down. But no matter how fierce the storm, faith deepens your roots, grounding you in truth and resilience. Think of Job, who faced unimaginable trials, yet held on to his faith. In the end, his faith not only sustained him, but restored him. Job 42, chapter 10. Do you see how every storm in your life, though painful, is shaping you into someone stronger and more steadfast? Faith doesn't just give you strength, it also gives you direction. In the chaos of life, it acts as a compass, steering you toward the truth. When the winds of uncertainty try to carry you away, faith anchors you to your center. Life will bring storms, that much is certain, but each storm carries with it a gift. Have you ever looked back on a difficult season and realized how much you grew because of it? Faith allows you to see these gifts not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth, resilience, and renewal. The Apostle Paul reminds us in Romans 5:3-4, "We also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope." This is the transformative power of faith. Fear tries to paralyze you, chaining you to a place of inaction. But no matter how thick those chains may seem, faith is the key that shatters them. Faith says, take the next step, even when you can't see the whole path. Remember the Israelites at the Red Sea, Exodus 14:13-16. Fear told them they were trapped, but faith told them to move forward. When they stepped forward in faith, the sea parted, and a way was made where there seemed to be none. What seas in your life are waiting to part when you step forward in faith? Faith is not passive. It is not idle waiting. It is an active force that lifts you up and propels you forward. It means rising each day, taking the next right step, and trusting that God's plan will unfold in its perfect time. Faith is action in the face of fear. As James 2:26 says, faith without works is dead. When you act in faith, you align yourself with a divine plan that cannot fail. Fear pulls you down, but faith lifts you higher. The choice between the two is yours to make. Which will you allow to guide your life? Faith is not just a light for you, it is a light for others. When you walk in faith, you inspire those around you to confront their own fears. Think of Peter, who, after witnessing Jesus walk on water, stepped out of the boat in faith. Matthew 14:28-31. Though he faltered, his act of faith became a testament to the power of trust. Your victories over fear are not just for you. They are a beacon of hope for others. Faith provides a safe harbor, not only for your soul, but also for those who look to you for guidance and strength. Chosen one, your life is a journey to the summit of a great mountain. Faith is the guide that leads you upward, step by step. Each trial, each breath, and each victory draws you closer to the peak. Fear cannot imagine the magnificence of what awaits you there, but faith sees it clearly. Act with faith, for the summit is nearer than you think, and its view is more glorious than you can imagine. Chosen one of the most profound lessons you can learn on your journey is the necessity of aligning yourself with a higher purpose. This alignment is not merely an ideal or an abstract concept. It is a powerful shield that provides you with protection, guidance, and clarity. When your life is rooted in this divine connection, you open yourself to a flow of strength and wisdom that carries you through even the darkest times. Your daily rituals, prayers, and acts of kindness are not just habits. They are sacred practices that tie your spirit to a higher order. Can you see how your own spiritual practices, no matter how small, anchor you in the divine flow? How often have these practices brought clarity, peace, or unexpected strength just when you needed it most? Think about Daniel, who, even in the face of death, remained faithful in his prayers 3 times a day. Daniel 6:10-23. His unwavering alignment with God not only saved him in the lion's den, but became a testimony to an entire kingdom. This alignment does more than protect you. It prepares you. Every moment spent in prayer or quiet reflection builds an inner fortress that no storm can penetrate. Consider the example of Nehemiah, who faced opposition while rebuilding Jerusalem's walls. Nehemiah 4:1-23. Despite the challenges, his unwavering connection to God gave him the determination and wisdom to complete the task. Like Nehemiah, your alignment equips you to persevere through obstacles, keeping your focus on the greater purpose you are called to fulfill. Humility is another essential lesson on this journey. True power is not about dominance or personal gain. It is about service. Victories are not trophies to elevate yourself, but opportunities to uplift others. Jesus embodied this when he washed the feet of his disciples, saying, "Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet." John 13:14. This act of humility reminds us that leadership is service, and the greatest leaders are those who use their power to serve with compassion and wisdom. The greatest leaders throughout history and scripture share this understanding. Joseph, after enduring betrayal and suffering, rose to power in Egypt not for his own glory, but to save countless lives during a famine. Genesis 41:53-57. Esther risked her life to save her people, using her position not for personal security, but for the greater good. Esther 4:14. Do you see how your own victories, no matter how small they may seem, could be part of a larger plan to bring light to those around you? Could your current challenges be preparing you to serve others in ways you cannot yet imagine? Patience is another key virtue on this journey. In the intricate tapestry of life, every delay, every obstacle, and every moment of waiting serves a greater purpose. These moments are not wasted. They are seasons of preparation. Have you ever felt frustrated by waiting, only to realize later that it was preparing you for something greater? Think of David, who was anointed king as a boy, but spent years in waiting and trials before ascending to the throne. 1 Samuel 16:2, Samuel 5. During this time, he developed the wisdom, strength, and faith necessary to lead. This process of waiting can feel heavy, but it is essential, as Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Every moment of patience deepens your endurance and sharpens your wisdom, preparing you to step into the greater purpose for which you were chosen. There may be times when you feel alone on this path, as though no one else understands the weight of your journey. Could it be that your own moments of solitude are preparing you to hear God's voice more clearly and to step forward with greater confidence? But remember, this loneliness is not abandonment. It is a call for growth and empowerment. Elijah, feeling isolated and overwhelmed, retreated to a cave where God reminded him that he was not alone and that his mission was part of a much larger plan. 1 Kings 19:9-18. No struggle is ever yours alone. Every challenge you face is interconnected with the lives of others. When you rise, your victory becomes a source of hope and inspiration. Paul wrote in 2 Corinthians 1:4, "He comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God." Your triumphs ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully understand. Have you considered how your perseverance might inspire others to find strength in their own struggles? Your personal victories contribute to a collective movement of light and hope. Think of Moses, who led the Israelites out of Egypt. His personal journey of faith and obedience became the foundation for an entire nation's liberation. Exodus 14. In the same way, your alignment with truth, your acts of humility, and your unwavering faith create a beacon of light for others to follow. Together, these individual lights form a collective force that can overcome even the deepest darkness. So, take heart. Every delay, every obstacle, and every moment of waiting is part of a divine plan, preparing you for something greater. Align yourself with your higher purpose, walk forward in humility, and trust that each step you take is part of a perfect design. Your life is not only your own, it is a light meant to inspire and uplift others. Step forward with confidence, for the summit of your journey is nearer than you think, and its view is more magnificent than you can imagine. Chosen one, do you ever wonder how the universe maintains its perfect harmony? Every element, from the tiniest atom to the vast expanse of the heavens, operates within a divine order. This balance extends beyond the visible world, into dimensions we cannot comprehend. When this harmony is disrupted, divine intervention restores order, ensuring that truth prevails over chaos. Any action that opposes this universal truth ultimately challenges the unshakable laws of creation. Yet no such challenge can endure for long. The role of divine power is not only to protect individuals, but to sustain the energy required to maintain this perfect harmony. Throughout history, this principle has been evident. Noah, chosen by God to preserve life, acted as a vessel of divine intervention during a time of widespread chaos. Genesis 6:9-22. His obedience ensured the survival of life and the restoration of balance. In what ways might your own life serve as a similar instrument of restoration? When you align with truth and purpose, you become a vital part of this divine mechanism. Your journey, though personal, is also universal, woven into the fabric of a plan much greater than yourself. The universal law of justice is built on the certainty that every action has its consequences. Those who sow seeds of chaos will eventually be consumed by it. As Galatians 6:7 reminds us, a man reaps what he sows. Even when the forces that oppose you seem powerful, their foundations are fragile. The divine order ensures that every action against truth will crumble under its own weight. The invisible forces that surround and protect you act as both a shield and an artist, reshaping your path to harmonize with the greater good. Moments of despair often reveal subtle signs of support, an unexpected opportunity, a helping hand, or a sudden sense of peace. These are not coincidences, but deliberate acts of divine care. Does it ever feel like your setbacks are part of something larger? Each challenge you face is part of a greater design meant to transform and strengthen you. What appears chaotic is often a stepping stone that leads you to where you're meant to be. Joseph's journey from betrayal to slavery to eventual leadership in Egypt demonstrates how apparent misfortunes can align perfectly with a greater purpose. Genesis 37:2-50. Similarly, the obstacles in your life are not random, but are carefully positioned to refine and prepare you. What may seem like a delay is often a step forward in disguise, part of the process that strengthens your resilience and equips you for greater tasks. Your triumphs are more than personal achievements. They are echoes in a universal story. Each victory carries the potential to uplift those who witness it. As you rise above challenges, your courage becomes a beacon for those around you. Your perseverance instills hope, and your success ignites confidence in others. Jesus reminds us in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. When you shine your light, it transforms not only your own path, but also the lives of those who witness your journey." What ripples can your journey create? Every moment of struggle and every victory contributes to a collective movement of hope and transformation. Moses, through faith and obedience, led an entire nation to freedom, creating a path for others to follow. Exodus 14. Your life too serves as a guide, a map of hope for those who may feel lost. Even the smallest of your victories can create ripples that reach far beyond what you can see. inspiring others to find their own strength and courage. So, as you continue on this path, what truths will you carry with you? Each step you take, every challenge you overcome, and every victory you achieve contributes to the divine balance that sustains the universe. Trust in this greater plan, knowing that your life is not only a story of personal growth, but also a source of light and hope for the world. Your resilience, your faith, and your alignment with truth are essential pieces of a universal harmony that will endure forever. Chosen one, have you ever considered the lasting impact of your life? The influence of your journey extends far beyond the present moment. Every step you take plants a seed of change that will take root in the future. As you build your own story, you leave behind a guide for generations yet to come, just as someone before you left a path for you to follow. In this way, your life becomes an invisible bridge, connecting the present to the future. Your actions today form a timeless legacy, a legacy that transcends physical boundaries and resonates in the spiritual realm. What decisions are you making today that could spark transformation tomorrow? Every choice you make is a beginning, the foundation of a change that will bloom in its perfect time. This truth is woven into the fabric of Scripture. Abraham, for instance, was called to leave his home and walk an unfamiliar path, trusting in a promise he would never fully see realized in his lifetime. Genesis 12:1-2-3. Yet his obedience became the foundation of a covenant that blessed countless generations. Could it be that your own journey is building something far greater than you can currently comprehend? The bridge you are constructing may carry others toward their destinies, even long after you are gone. Look back at your life. How have the victories of the past shaped the present you now live? The struggles of those who came before you, those who pushed boundaries, sacrificed and endured, illuminated your path. Their perseverance created opportunities that now sustain you. Moses, through his faith and leadership, led the Israelites out of Egypt, setting the stage for a new nation and a divine covenant. Exodus 14. Do you see how their stories ripple into your life today? Likewise, your efforts now will touch lives you may never meet, inspiring souls you cannot yet imagine. Each struggle you face today creates an eternal echo that reverberates beyond the confines of time. These echoes are not fleeting. They contribute to a symphony of transformation that grows louder with each act of courage. As Paul wrote in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Your perseverance is part of a silent revolution, one that fuels a collective awakening. Can you imagine how your current trials might inspire those who come after you, emboldening them to carry the torch forward? Your life is not isolated, it is part of a larger story. Just as Ruth's loyalty to Naomi led her into the lineage of King David and ultimately Jesus Christ, your choices today could shape destinies far beyond what you see. Ruth 1:16-17. What might happen if you embrace this truth fully, recognizing that every decision, every struggle, and every victory has the potential to ripple across generations? Individual triumphs have a way of creating collective breakthroughs, as your actions inspire others to rise. Every decision you make today is an opportunity to shape the future, not just for yourself, but for others as well. Think of the legacy you are leaving behind. Your courage becomes a map, your resilience a blueprint, and your faith a cornerstone for those who follow. As Jesus said in Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Your light, when shared, becomes part of a greater illumination that guides others toward their purpose. So, as you walk forward, consider the seeds you are planting with every step. Your journey is not only about your own growth, but about the bridge you are building for others. Trust that your life has meaning far beyond the present moment, and embrace the truth that you are shaping a legacy that will echo into eternity. With every decision, you are contributing to a divine narrative, one that connects the past, the present, and the future in a tapestry of hope, courage, and purpose. Chosen one, you are far more than a participant in transformation. You are a catalyst for it. Every step you take becomes a source of inspiration, not only for those closest to you, but for entire communities. Have you considered how your personal victories might ripple out to affect the consciousness of the world? Figures like Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela remind us that personal struggles can lead to universal change. But this principle is not reserved for great leaders alone. Your story, like theirs, is a vital thread in the fabric of transformation. Your victories are not mere outcomes. They are bursts of energy that mobilize and inspire others. How many lives might be illuminated by the light you carry? Your victories are not just achievements, they are reflections of the spirit you carry throughout your journey. The way you face challenges with grace, humility, and determination sends a powerful message to those around you. Think of Jesus, who, despite facing the ultimate trial, carried his mission with unwavering conviction and humility. His actions not only fulfilled his purpose, but transformed the lives of countless others. John 13:12-15. Could your own humble persistence and faith inspire those watching to find strength in their struggles? When you recognize that your life is not shaped by random events, but is part of a purposeful story, a deep sense of peace and clarity begins to guide you and those who witness your journey. Your steps are not ordinary. They are the traces of a journey woven into the fabric of a divine plan. Every decision, every moment is part of a larger story that resonates beyond time and space. Have you noticed the signs that point to a higher purpose? Repeated symbols, unexplainable coincidences, or moments of intense emotion? These are not chance occurrences. They are reminders of your mission. What signs have you seen in your own life that affirm the significance of the path you are on? Think of Gideon, who doubted his ability to lead until God confirmed his plan through unmistakable signs. Judges 6:36-40. Unexpected opportunities, sudden moments of clarity, or narrowly avoided dangers are all subtle affirmations of the universe working on your behalf. These moments remind you of the impressive role you play in the grand design. The obstacles you face are not defeats but challenges to the power of the light you carry. No matter how intense the resistance, your light cannot be extinguished. Like Moses, who led his people through overwhelming odds, you're guided by a mission so deeply embedded in divine will that no force can derail it. Exodus 14:21-22. Could it be that the struggles you face are reflections of a great calling, a reminder of the strength you possess and the purpose you carry? Your life becomes a concrete reflection of divine will. When others see you overcoming adversity, they do not just witness your determination, they see the greatness of the invisible force that supports you. This transforms your journey into a beacon of hope. Paul's perseverance, even in the face of imprisonment, inspired countless believers and spread the message of faith across nations. Philippians 1:12-14. How might your own story inspire others to rise above their challenges, knowing they are never alone? Each experience you endure holds deeper meaning, revealing the power of the divine order that surrounds and sustains you. The choices you make are threads in a larger tapestry, woven into the fabric of a great spiritual narrative. This journey demands not only belief, but action. Every step you take carries a light that pierces the darkness and sends a larger message to the universe. As Jesus said in Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Your life, chosen one, is a guide, a living example of resilience and hope. The paths you tread not only transform your own journey, but create profound changes in the lives around you. How might your next step inspire others to take theirs? Your destiny is not just about you. It is a reflection of the light and meaning you bring to the world. No matter how great the obstacles before you, they are powerless against the divine order that upholds you. You are not an ordinary traveler. You are the bearer of a universal narrative. The efforts to pull you down are a testament to the greatness of the potential you carry. Could the resistance you face be a sign of how impactful your light truly is? Like Esther, who faced immense risk to fulfill her calling, your destiny is written with such clarity and purpose that no opposition can erase it. Esther 4:14. This journey is not just a struggle, it is a time of deep preparation. Every challenge reveals hidden strengths and aligns you more fully with your purpose. Each experience you encounter is part of a larger plan that confirms your calling to serve a divine mission. Do you see how every trial you face whispers the importance of the role you play in this great story? Your destiny is not a solitary path. Its impact extends outward, touching the lives of many. Every victory you achieve instills hope in those who witness it, encouraging them to find courage for their own journey. Your life, as part of the divine order, creates meaningful change in the world. When you share your story, your words and actions become guiding lights for others. As the psalmist writes, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" Psalm 27, chapter 1. Remember, you are never alone on this journey. An invisible force accompanies you, ensuring that your mission is fulfilled. Your life is tangible proof of faith and commitment. Your victories inspire not only your own journey, but the paths of all who see you. The light you carry brings fairness and brightness to the world, step by step. Your destiny is not merely about survival. It is about leaving a lasting legacy. Every moment bears the mark of a great plan, and that mark creates waves that transform the world. Embrace this truth, chosen one, and walk forward, knowing the immense power of the light you carry. Beloved, chosen one, your life is a masterpiece in the making, a vital thread in the fabric of a divine story that transcends time and space. Every struggle you endure, every victory you claim, and every light you share contributes to a transformation far greater than yourself. You are not merely surviving, you are creating a legacy of hope, courage, and inspiration for others to follow. The obstacles you face are not barriers, but stepping stones, aligning you with your purpose and preparing you for the impact you are destined to make. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on this journey and for being a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs hope. Your courage, resilience, and faith inspire not only yourself, but all those who witness your story. By embracing your mission and sharing your light, you help create a brighter, fairer world for everyone. If this message resonates with you, please like and share it with others who may need encouragement on their journey. Together, we can spread this light to those who may be feeling lost or uncertain. Leave a comment below about your journey or the challenges you've overcome. Your words might be the spark someone else needs to find their strength. May your steps always be guided by truth and love. May the light within you grow brighter with every challenge you face and every victory you claim. May you find peace in knowing that you are supported by a divine order and surrounded by an invisible force that walks with you every step of the way. You are chosen, you are loved, and you are never alone. Go forward with faith, knowing that your journey matters, your story inspires, and your light transforms the world.